Hey there. Today I want to share with you the power of the metaphor and how powerful words can be to really bring about change in our life. Because often in life we know what to do, but we don't do what we know. And another way that's been said is common sense isn't always common practice. And sometimes our intuition is screaming at us, but the demands of the day, the distractions in life are pulling our mind in a million different directions, and our psychology, our brains, our intuition is so drained that sometimes that noise makes it really hard for us to listen to our own hearts. I can remember a specific time back in the end of my college days at University of Maryland. I'm working downtown Adams Morgan in a job that was great. You know, I bar backed and I'd clean the place at night and I'd waited tables sometimes, and 21-year-old guy making in between $200 and $300 a night, to me, I mean, that was a lot of money, and I thought that was amazing. At that time, I remember getting off work at night, and every evening we would it'd be in DC. The bars, it's not like Los Angeles. The bars close around 3 or 4. And then by the time I'd get done cleaning the place, it'd be, 5 a.m. and get home around, closer to 6 a.m. when the sun was coming up that summer. And I remember I was in the year 2000 and working downtown. I remember being in that place, and one of the girls that worked at the bar was just an amazing human being, became my friend, and she introduced me to a friend of hers that I fell madly in love with. And her name was Erica. And Erica would come in, and she was the youngest person to ever work in the White House. She worked for Clinton at the time. And I remember seeing her come in there, and it just completely lit up my day. We ended up connecting, and we dated for a while. But I remember this was early on when we started to connect. We just instantly met one night, really connected, and that was the start of our relationship. But shortly after that, she left, and she moved from DC to law school at UCLA to go to school. And also at that time, a lot of my friends had been graduating. Some of them graduated ahead of me, and they moved out to Colorado. And I remember going home one night, and it was shortly after I had had, the end of my night and some drinks with the other people. And they were in their mid-30s, early 40s, and I remember just seeing the lines on their face, and they were smoking their cigarette and talking about the night. And I remember thinking at 21 years old, is this going to be my destiny? Is this where I'm going to be in 10, 12, 15 years of my life? And I felt like, wow, this would be really, really easy for me to do, and I'm making good money, and there's opportunity to advance here. And I thought maybe there's something more. And people like Erica kept on showing up in my life and making me feel like I was supposed to do something more with my life. And I remember not long after she had gone, some of my best friends had left. I had the opportunity to do some traveling myself, but I was making good money, and it was the middle of the summer, and it just felt like that's where I needed to be. But I remember getting home this one night in particular, and my heart was heavy. Erica had left, and Casey and some of my other friends had gone off. And I went home, and the sun's coming up, but my windows are taped with trash bags over them so that no sunlight comes in. But I can still see, right? There's the edge of the window where a little bit of light is coming in, and it's like right on my eye. And I'm thinking, like, why am I trying to hold out the light? And I was watching a film, probably my favorite movie, if not one of, and there was this scene in this movie, Shawshank Redemption. Maybe you've seen it. If not, see it. And it's very symbolistic in a lot of ways, a lot of metaphors into the scene. And it's shortly after Andy Dufresne, Tim Robbins' character, escapes out of prison. And he literally climbs through a river of shit to come out to freedom on the other side. After I'd been cleaning this bar and everything, and I remember listening to Morgan Freeman's character, Red, talk about how much he missed his friend and how much the place had changed without him there. But then he said this line, and it changed everything for me. I heard this one line. I pushed stop on my VCR, packed up about half my stuff and wrote a note to my roommates to say, keep my deposit, give the rest of my stuff to the Salvation Army. You could sell it for a profit, my stereo, TV, everything. And I called my mom and said, Mom, I can't sleep. I've been up all night. I worked, and I'm starting a new destiny. There's something more for me, and I've packed up everything into my car. I've got just enough room in the passenger seat for you. And about a week later, I drove to Colorado and started my life. But the word, the phrase, the line from that movie that shifted me, that shook me to my core, was this: some birds just can't be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. Some birds just can't be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. That's you. So if you're hearing this and you've been in a cage and imprisoned by your circumstances, your life, habits, patterns, environment, relationships, whatever it is, realize you're too big for that. And it might take climbing through a river of shit for you to find your freedom. But the journey is worth it. Don't let anything stop you. Keep pushing, and I'll see you on the other side.